I'm sorry to hear about your divorce.
How did you hear about that?
I listened through that hole in the wall there. Everything that goes on in the suite.
That's rather rude and illegal, I would imagine.
Thank you very much.
Well, I won't be staying here anyway.
Are you happy to be out of your marriage?
Very much.
It must be very difficult going through a divorce, unwinding the threads of the communal tapestry that you've woven together for so long.
You have such a way with words, very poetic.
I own a thesaurus.
Yes. This marriage was not what I had hoped it would be.
What were you hoping for?
Happiness. Someone who was absolutely devoted to their husband. Someone who loved me more than a bird.
Maybe that bird was just her aching heart seeking to fly free.
She can fly as free as she needs to now.
Was going through the divorce very expensive?
No.
Why not? Didn't you have to hire anybody?
We like to take care of things our own way.
But surely you at least had someone to consult with.
I consulted with Doris. That's all the consultation that I require.
I see.
You're very interested about my divorce.
Oh, I am. Because my own divorce was not at all as easy as yours. My goodness, it dragged out in court for months and months. Can you imagine what the most expensive part of it was?
The suits.
No, I wore this one.
Transportation.
No, I walked.
C. The litigator.
Yes, you're right, it was the litigator. Although that's not what we called him. Can you guess what we called him?
The defense attorney.
Do you like reading the news?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Why don't you take a look at the headline?
Ferry riding vote seeker doesn't even get his foot in the door. Interesting. I'll read it later.
I'm sure. No! I was about to buy a ring, I know it. And you You killed him! No, I was sleeping and I must have been sleepwalking and I'm not a murderer!
Well, well, well. How interesting. One man dead, stabbed and spanked. His recently ex-wife accused of the murder, and his mistress on the phone to turn her into the law. How exciting. I wonder what will happen next. Well, a brand new chapter. Gone the safe confines of the motel walls. New locations, new people. How exciting.
Well, Mrs. Hopkins, are you here yet? Please, come into the store. I don't understand why you would call me. I'm just a dealer of birds, and I know in your many visits to get your little Freddie checked, we spoke very closely, but I don't know if I'm the right person to talk to about this matter.
Mr. Morgan, you're the only person I can speak to about this. You're the only thing I have that's close to a friend. I swear I didn't do it.
Mrs. Hopkins, I've never dealt with anything like this. I live a simple life. I console myself with my birds.
Really? That's lovely. You don't think it's crazy then, do you, to love a bird?
Well, not intimately, of course, but...
That's not silly.
Yes, I have many friends here. And because in the morning when I drink my coffee, they sing a sweet song. And
oh, don't they? Can you mimic the song? It's so comforting in my time of woe. Is it terrible of me to say, Mr. Morgan, but I'm in love with you. Your voice, your ability to love a bird, and your kindness to me over the years. Have I been too forward? Oh, how embarrassing. I'm sorry, forget what I said.
no, Mrs. Hopkins, sometimes I think I hide myself away in this store with the parakeets and the peacocks, the emus and whatnot. And I think I'm just hiding from the truth. Out this window, staring at many happy couples, thinking myself not lovable. Only unconditional love from birds could give me any solace.
I feel you.
Feel me!
All right, there you are. I felt you. And now I've been in my sesh. What a day it's been!
Mrs. Hopkins, I mean to help you. You've been my most loyal customer, and I feel something percolating within myself about you.
Then do you believe that I have not killed my husband or driven my bird to suicide?
Of course! I have never seen such a compassionate person as you when you brought little Freddie in.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, why, you would sit right over there.
Yes. And you were so kind and always so complimentary of the little outfits he wore.
I would bring him a complimentary worm bowl, and he'd just pick at them.
Oh, you were the only one who showed him any kindness. You were the only one who was really good to him and didn't make me feel silly.
Quite frankly, I was more sorry to hear about Freddie's passing than your husband.
Oh, yes! Well, you know we were estranged and recently divorced, so it's a bummer he's gone, but...
Mrs. Hopkins, you know you can't stay here, right? They're going to be after you, swarming this place like bees. And why, we can't have that, because my birds can't eat bees.
No, and we wouldn't want the birds and the bees to be together, would we?
Alas, I have many channels in which I procure my birds. We could travel to one of them. I mean, I procure birds from South America, Morocco, the Andes. I think that's also in South America, isn't it?
Are you saying that we could go together?
Of course. Fly away with me. Joanie?
I shall. We shall be like wicked birds and fly away from this place.
Come! Off, this way!
It was terrible, officer. I walked into the motel suite. It's the largest one in the motel, you know. And there, right on the carpet, blood. So much blood and newspaper ink.
And you're telling me you're sure that she did it?
The blood will come out, you know.
What's her name again?
The ink never.
Remind me of her name again.
Mrs. Hopkins.
Hopkins, that's right.
Yes, as you know, I have various peepholes in the walls of the motel suite. And I was watching at the time. I saw her lift the knife. I saw her plunge it into his back. And I saw her spank his bottom.
You got peepholes in your motel room?
17.
Well, that's for another matter. Do you have any idea where she could have gone at all?
I have a suspicion. Now, mind you, I don't know for sure, and I would hate to leave you without a real solid clue to follow.
Any sort of clue would help.
But you know that she was a great lover of birds.
Yeah, that's in my report here.
And you know, in the town in which she grew up and lived, there's only one bird store of note.
The name?
Birds, birds, and emus.
Well, Mr. Bates?
Yes, Nathan.
Nathan, you've been very helpful.
You will catch her, won't you?
It's what I do.
We wouldn't want the true killer to escape, for suspicion might fall on an innocent man.
I'll never let that happen again.
You've let it happen once.
It's not something that I'm proud of.
I'd love to hear about it.
Well, we're alone in this precinct right now.
Why is that, anyway?
I'm not favored among all the other detectives and police officers. You see, the last case hit a little too close to home. There was a murder suspect, a serial killer, in the local community. I was on the case for 3 years. Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Lost my family. My wife left me, took my 3 children away. I still don't know where they are.
What do you know of this serial killer?
He was my own brother.
Oh, shoot.
When I found that out, I didn't have the heart to bring him in. So I stalled and stalled, and he got away. And I won't let anyone else get away again.
This seems like it's your last chance for redemption.
It is.
What should happen if you fail?
That my entire life has been a lie, a failure. I won't let that happen. I want to get my family back. I want to straighten my name. Maybe, God willing, I'll find my brother and bring him to justice.
Officer,
Yes.
I'm the mother of Joanie Hopkins. I understand that she's committed a horrible crime.
Yes, please, Miss Hopkins, have a seat.
I'll lurk in the background.
I just need to know one thing.
Anything you need.
Where is she?
I can't even imagine. You see,
Any clue?
well, birds, and emus.
Yes, I received that information already. I'm going to go there immediately.
That's the only thing I know. We've been estranged, my daughter and I. She's troubled. You must know this. She's deeply, deeply troubled.
Yes, she murdered a man in cold blood. Listen, I'm going to find her. And I could use help.
Whatever you do, bring her back alive.
I have unorthodox ways of working.
I see.
I bring the closest family members of victims with me on my trail. And her mother is the best bait to use. Can I use you as bait to lure her in?
I'm afraid if she saw me, she might run. You see, we have a difficult relationship. She's complicated.
Please, I'm all ears.
You see, ever since she was a child, she was a sleepwalker.
Was she?
Do you mind?
I don't have a light, but I have a gun. A sleepwalker, you say?
Yes. She did things at night. I tried to help her. I got her the best care possible. She was at an institution for 5 years.
I do things at night, too. Don't we all? I'm sure you do things at night as well, don't you?
I almost exclusively do things at night.
Officer, may I know your name, please?
Frank.
Frank. And Julia.
Julia. It's the name of an angel. That's right in front of me, Julia.
Frank.
My wife's name was Julia. You look like her. Rather, you remind me of her. The way you look at me. She looked at me that way when we first met. The way you're looking at me now, wishing that I would just be in your arms, don't you?
Frank.
Julia.
This is highly unusual. I came here to find out if my daughter has committed a crime.
And so have I.
And you,
Yes.
you're taking this to a different place.
Forgive me if that's inappropriate. Like I said, I work in unorthodox ways. I like to get emotionally attached to my victims and their families.
Frank, I'm an unorthodox woman.
Yeah?
I work in unorthodox ways as well.
Do you? Well, perhaps we can work together. 2 unorthodox ways will create 1 orthodox way.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's go to the bird store.
Birds, and emus.
These emus, they can travel across any sort of terrain.
I didn't know they did stuff.
Yes, oh, okay. I specialize in making saddles for all my birds.
Very comfy.
It appears that we're about to go into the water. They swim as well.
Oh, but I'll hold on tight.
You should. We're going into the Gulf of Mexico.
Wait a minute. Do you say that's them over there?
It's them.
Hey! Hey, you over there! This is the police! I'm Detective Frank!
Can you
Frank
make it
Francis!
go faster?
Spank it! Spank it fast!
Come on, Billy! You can fly anywhere!
Don't be upset.
They're talking! They're on an emu! Wait a minute, you said they're going to the Gulf? Where are you going?
Why would we tell you? Joanie, I must tell you, do you believe that emus can fly?
Of course they can fly! They're birds!
Joanie, this emu can only fly with inspiration. We need to give it a pep talk, and it'll take us up to the clouds.
Emu, you can do it!
Joanie, it needs to feel you.
They're flying up!
Emu, you can do it!
It's taking flight. It's a miracle. Joanie!
We gotta get to the plane!
Oh, I think we've lost them. I'm gonna touch it down over there on that island. Oh, good girl. Are you all right?
They're taller than I realized.
We should make camp for the night.
Oh, well, I don't have my camping equipment in my purse.
Oh, don't worry. I trained with the scouts. Here, can you hold this? This tree here. We can make firewood out of it.
Oh, I'm sure we can make fire.
Joanie, tell me, how are you mourning your husband?
By flying on an emu.
Did you love him at all?
You know, to be totally honest, Mr. Morgan,
I learned this from woodpeckers. Hold this
it's hard to tell my story watching you be so manly and scouty. I don't think I did love my husband, though, Mr. Morgan. I think I loved the idea of being loved because it was such a rare feeling for me.
What? What? My name is Freddie. What?
There appear to be birds on this island.
What? My name is Freddie. I'm dead.
Mr. Morgan, do you hear that? It's Freddie. You all people would recognize his voice.
I think it's just a common wren.
What? Why did you let them kill me?
Oh, Freddie, no, I didn't mean to let them kill you. I didn't know. I didn't know, Freddie. I didn't know. Where are you,
never
Freddie?
loved me.
Joanie,
Oh,
look
but
at
I
me.
did love you. I love you more than anything, Freddie.
Joanie, who are you talking to? You didn't drink any of the water here, right?
What? You love this man more than me.
Oh, Mr. Morgan, I'm afraid I'm a worse woman than I thought. My poor Freddie felt unloved, and he killed himself because of me. And here I am gallivanting across the country and beyond with you, a man I love, and Freddie knows I love you, but no.
You dropped your hat.
Please tell me, Mr. Mr. Morgan, you heard that.
Joanie, I didn't hear anything. But I think it's just the stress of everything that's happening
Yes,
to you.
yes, yes, yes.
Don't let him touch you!
Freddie, it's okay.